holding that stun out from kiNgg.
Nobody wants to reveal their hands here. And okay, Neon's going to be catching the contact here just for now, and that's going to be a fault line, but rapidly approaching from behind, but still making no noise at all. The plant going down though. Will be a full committal into this one, but our control over towards Arcade. Look at the contain for now. LEVIATÁN just biding their time. As soon as Sato and Spike start taking that contact, you might start to see some signs of life. Trent, head clean off of Spike, and now valyn with a peek of his own. This is two players removed in the blink of an eye. It's up to LEVIATÁN to see if they can pick up the pieces and get someone else out of this one. Neon doing his best work forwards, at least with an opening pistol. He's been battered and bruised in the process. Just him and blowz left to do it now. Quick tap, see if he can pull any more players. A G2 out into the open. Heads are rolling, but Neon now going to do it into that 1v1. And there's no more time here. It's all on Leaf. He can gradually...
You do want to go towards G2's weakness, but Lev themselves, this isn't really the map that you associate with.
Well, we'll see it, Neon. Banded in hand.
Sights. They don't run a sight anchor. I mean, they're not running a Sentinel player, but with other teams you can see maybe the Brim looking to anchor a spot. Maybe you'd even have a duelist anchoring in some situations. Instead, Lev flank retake all the time, and I think valyn's already got the read on this.
And there it is. Well, you say that, Trent, none the wiser, that trip, leaning a little bit too heavily onto it, but it was smoked off just prior from that fast lane. Now Lev really getting a bit of a rapid move on here, but they have revealed their hand where the majority of their players are, but that weapon pickup, Spike is putting it to brilliant usage. It's 3 kills already. This is a blitzing pace entirely. valyn whittled down to 35. He's got to do it all from... Tough. Need a real superstar here, but now we're seeing that signature playstyle of LEVIATÁN. Stuns cascading down into that north side here, trying to crunch down these G2 players, but now you're seeing some effectiveness there out of the Sage. Slow off to try and stunt this one in its tracks. Fast lane, propped up. That's jawgemo just trying to get a bit of a respite, but that TB forwards, not ideal. kiNgg destroying them now, just trying to pinch these players, crunch them in place. G2 barely able to stand their ground and hold off the onslaught. It's just up to valyn.
Mercy called here at the final moment. kiNgg and blowz back it up. Looking to try to reconvene, but the damage surely already done. valyn has 3 HP to work with. No information about where kiNgg and blowz are around the map.
Only silver lining is that he can potentially ISO a 1v1, but it's towards.
Again, no sight anchor.
Barely spotting out the players now. You can see the Nightfall scattering forwards. It gets the confirmation. No players there. Good adjustment. Flick of the wrist from BABYBAY. Spike's been taken out. Aggro plays here. Util into the hands. Neon was not anticipating that one bit. Leaf putting the squeeze now onto some of these LEVIATÁN players in it at a massive disadvantage.
Timing reclear over towards halls. They know that this flank retake is likely.
Fault line, skip towards it. Leaf's able to just sidestep most of that.
He looks sharp today.
Yeah, he does.
Later too. If they get Sato open, might slow them.
Attack Prowler. Caught, but broken off to the side here. Slight shot's going to be missing. Refract being sent out there, at least with the saturation. Just trying to slow down these players. Another peek, but pulled back entirely. Rez is online. Now we're going to see a convergent pass to slow it all down. Chaos and Mania here into the halls, but it's G2 weathering that storm.
jawgemo breaking his own team's Sage all there. Desperate in an attempt to take down kiNgg.
He's chomping at the bit for the kills.
kiNgg and Neon, though, are left in a 2v5. This round does not look winnable.
Left.
They'd have to pull a rabbit out of a hat in A main. BABYBAY's got the operator. Got a rejuvenated sense of life. And he picks off Neon.
Punish on the peak there from him.
Towards all.
Barely any util being used at all. I mean,
and look, no one on site
just free flowing. A bit of spam from kiNgg though into the choke point. Leaf will be dropped. Right, nobody onto the side. There's no anchor positions. Now this is a dangerous position entirely. This is suppression onto BABYBAY. He's going to be stunned up alongside it. It's a good follow-up. Let's listen in to see how G2 manage.
Try to crossfire. Yep.
36 to Neon, Jake.
3 seconds, Alex. I'm here.
Turtle. 2 turtle.
Holding.
Go, Jake.
Hopping main. 2.
Main.
More up.
Main, Jake. Ooh, nice shots, Jake.
For a rainy day. Contact being taken just from the jiggle here. Prowler seen, and that's going to be sending it flying forward. Salvos, fault line. What year is it? We're rolling back the years apparently with this one here. But now fault line is wanting to supplement and hide most of the intent, but as it fades away, it's Lev filling up the feed. 2 kills, quick disengage. They don't want to be a bit overzealous in this. Take what they can get.
Feels a little similar to what we were watching last time these two teams clashed. G2 running into these defensive trap setups. Lev is so tactically deep. and you're just instantly in a bad situation. valyn now has to try to call his way out of this in a 3v5 where they have very little map control. And how do you manage this?
I mean, they have sniffed out potentially the weaker side of it was. There was so much util and presence with the players of Lev that they might think and suspect, yeah, Neon has been playing here pretty consistently.
Yeah, if there was a
Second
downside,
time they spotted him now.
If there was a downside to LEVIATÁN, it's that they do tend to be quite formulaic. They stick to the plan.
Now, risky business, but BABYBAY feeling like he has to make a play in this situation. You are down players. There's time to do it. Who's down? valyn is going to be that left insert, but he's going to be traded out. Shot misses, goes wide. Missing the mark there, BABYBAY. Might be regretting it, and he's going to be quickly assailed in his position up towards Dish. There's a lot of presence. Sato gradually making his way up here. Still posted up though, and this time won't miss. BABYBAY, immediate reposition now. Looking for the second signs of what these players could be, but shots are just whistling straight past him. A hail of lead, and this is, again, Trent just trying to post up towards Hall as he dominates his fight here, but up towards it. Time is ticking. This spike rapidly blinking. Deep Horned. Trent's got it covered. Big reveal off to the side, and this should be a one round from G2. Somehow, in the midst of it all, they find a path forwards.
Utility.
I mean, this is a hard
G2
read,
on the
isn't it?
push.
Like, look at this.
You could just contact in.
Yeah, you don't have to use any util. Walking all the way up. Nightfall will get the additional acknowledgement, at least, that nobody is going to be home. Slow orbs into the smoke so nobody can peek through. Overdrive. Okay, Armageddon. We've seen a lot of ults being used as a saturation into the corner. Nasty play. Sato, he's in and he's out. Also needs to be broken, but dominating up towards these smokes. Neon. Neon is running a mockery and running all over them now. Blink of an eye. G2 have crumbled.
Feels like round two all over again. BABYBAY. I mean, what is going through your head in a situation like this?
Okay, well, listen, sharp shooting.
Up to the tour de force.
Yeah, G2, though, I think I get a bit of a read that this A side is being left up pretty freely. Orbital strikes is being used to buy a bit of space here. The plant does need to go down, though, rapidly at that. valyn, starting to commit to the plant now. He's way out into the open, but
that's so bold.
It is.
Again, maximizing it based on the fact that Lev don't really put much pressure on.
Pass lane up, Trip's going to be sidestepped, but I believe making noise in the process and slightly triggered, yeah. So they're going to be aware of this one. G2 looking to hold back this Hall's play. Trent tucked tight to the corner, stun to ricochet off to the side, but swing is perfect. And stun just not enough. Duration of it, able to sidestep most of the orbital strike that was layered down before them. LEVIATÁN only with 3 players remaining, but they're steadily making their way forwards. A bit of chip damage into the backs of a few of these players. Still blind shots into the dark, and they are just picking them to pieces, whittled away. LEVIATÁN don't know where these fights are coming from. You got to watch every single angle, and time is just not on their side. Committed, not able to get it. South side is theirs, but at the cost of losing the sight. jawgemo is going to be taking up residency towards the spawn if he can. Deep smoke as well. Cuts up specific angles. Plant can go down here from G2. Underpass, though, potentially a bit of a problem, and we'll see where this fault line goes. There's layers to this one all over the place.
valyn's positioning's interesting,
yeah,
but they've used a lot of their post-plant utility. Leaf is the only player with like a single slow orb left to try to slow down the retake.
See, BABYBAY holding this one down with the orb. He's going to have to pull this one all the way back. Still close, cutting it forwards into the box. It's G2. They are stunting and stopping LEVIATÁN in their tracks. All the way forwards, blowz looking for that right timing to activate, and he does at least take out Jorg. 2v3 though. Jump spot, Leaf is ready for it, and valyn!
Already valyn starting to download the style.
Drone will have to be respected. Flash in your face. Disengagement there from Jorg. He's going to be backing away. There's a wall to supplement, see if they can slow down the approach. And what is Leaf going to be up to here? The fast lane forwards. Cut to the corner though. valyn is able to at least get that shot into the dome. Many more waiting, and the anchoring style paying off here for G2. LEVIATÁN toppled.
Oh, they are hard rotating off noise, G2.
Yeah. Pistol on the door, opens that one up for the sideline here, keeps it nice and open, but you're seeing that double dash up and over towards the top. Leaf is punishing, hold on, BABYBAY. He's standing his ground forwards and doing significant damage in the process. Peels his way back, and a refight towards Halls. Potentially called for inside this smoke. blowz waiting towards the side, waiting to dissipate, but as it does, they push forwards and strike. They pick up the upgrades, rifles in their hands. A disaster for LEVIATÁN, but maybe they can barrel their way forwards.
Hey, Halls though, still 2 players. valyn and Trent tucked
down.
in.
Yep.
10 seconds.
No time at all to really play with whatsoever. Tuck positions, jawgemo as
They're
well.
giving up.
Keeping them corralled, they're giving it up. They want to try and save, but what can you do against this? Run down! Sibby down. Drone, fault line, everything to lead the charge here, but the slow orbs as well. It's just bleeding out the util. Stunting and slowing down the approach. There's a good flash and a peek though. Spike just trying to dominate control over towards Jenny, but it is reciprocated. Leaf still holding down this ground. Open sidelines as well. This guy is eager to see if he can still claim a few more. Backs it up now, waiting for the rest of his team to group up.
Now, Smoke's going to allow kiNgg to be able to get the plant down, but they still need some kind of play here. You have lighter weaponry and you're down a player. Emphasis is still on LEVIATÁN to do something.
All collected up though, up towards Arcade.
You can't win this by playing offside post plants. No. They have to make a play happen.
It's brutal. valyn is dead. There's not going to be a smoke to cut off the angle up towards tower. Blowz, nasty shot.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, up towards that one. jawgemo realizing he has to fight this one forwards when he don't have the smokes at hands. Has to win the fight out. Sato forwards, gliding forwards, but weak and softened from the prior shots. blowz, moving forwards alongside Neon. Barely any bullets remaining though. Trent, skipping, hopping! Takes the fight! Oh, straight to them!
Does he have the time?
The circle is shrinking, I'm not too sure. It's gonna be tight!
In the pockets.
Yeah.
BABYBAY.
Yeah, oh my goodness, what a punish on the peak, BABYBAY. Immediately taken out of the fight, taken out of the picture. Drone to set the pace and timing.
Oh, it's way faster now.
Forwards, trying to take the fight into spawn. LEVIATÁN. This round might be over in a blink of an eye.
That's it. Jag säger you guys.
Spot, but
they've also forced a smoke out of him, which is a genuine win.
The prior damage has actually confirmed the kill. Sato though, double dashed up, taking that tower control, has the refract to try and peel back, but a nasty off-angle. Trent rips the head clean off, decapitating in the process. Over the strike out their backs. This is ults committed by G2 because they are winning this one. Bit by bit, piece by piece. blowz and kiNgg.
They have bought it.
He's pulling the players away for now. We'll see how long it lasts. There's only 12 seconds remaining. Yeah, G2, they're going to be sticking around here, realizing, wait a minute, we hear the footsteps. Ult's committed. Rolling Thunder, pushing them back. 6 seconds remaining. 5, 4. Got to get that plant down. blowz has to stick this, but now the last one left, and he realizes no more chat. Play towards the beginning of all of this. Stimmy was sent flying forwards alongside that drone. Now the convergent pass is going to be, see if they can cut off this angle. BABYBAY really biding his time and taking his time with it. Shot hits the mark. Spike taken out, and rapidly from that flank, jawgemo is going to be that dagger in the back. Armageddon rolling out that red carpet. There's jawgemo activating now. With all this sound cue, the noise pressure being made, it's G2 the ones now flipping it on its head. Forwards though, Sato forwards. It's alongside blowz. They're able to find a couple of kills, laying claim to it. Suddenly G2 the ones at the disadvantage.
BABYBAY's in a tough position to get anything done. This is all on Jawg, and he is not anticipating that 401ks.
Yeah.
They've got money in the
Tando, again, getting broke. Don't fix it. They're going to be sending the exact same style of play. Fast, rapid approaches, moving forwards. Trademark's going to be slowing down Spike to a degree. Nightfall now scatters. That sound cue's cut away entirely. You have to rely and lean on reaction times and just your sight to see if you can do anything, but the deep smoke allows Spike to play around a lot of this space. Rifle back out, plant down now here for LEVIATÁN. How did G2 deal with it? Peeking out! What is that? Leaf just putting his body on the line to try and set Trent up. valyn, classic in hand. How is he getting this done? Opens up the map now, cracking a portion of the side over towards Arcade. And kiNgg is going to hold this one back. He does have the rifle now. Another sideline to be found. But smoked off. Sato taking that peek, taking the timing off of all those sound cues now. kiNgg's position noted. Leaf with the defuse, sticks this one, and that aftershock is going to be way too far out of reach. Trent can just hold it, defend it, locking it all down. A full stick, full defuse.
Imagine he was just shooting people in the back of the head. What's going on down here? An absolute mad scrap. Here he is.
Util out.
Neon.
And blowz just running away from the orbital strike, I think. Feeling like brute force at this point, but they are going to be taking control towards that high ground angle. What a shot, jawgemo.
That is nasty.
He's gone, executed. Now we're seeing it, more ults where that came from. Rolling Thunder now to see if they can put a bit of pace into this, but the slow orbs are definitely slowing down the approach, and it gives time and space for Trent to get moving, active over towards the site. This wall, that smoke, it cuts it all up, and this is a devious angle by Leaf.
Leaf's impact here has already been enormous. The spike is dropped.
Plenty of angles, steps out wide into the open. He is noted, but he's already done the damage. Killed being claimed. Sato shoves it down, and now we're seeing LEVIATÁN the ones winning out these fights. BABYBAY is going to do it from this spot. It's damage done. He's on 51 HP. Shot fired, drops down, but he's the one being squeezed right now by these players. A tap was just that. Wasn't actually the full committal, and now they're just seeing if they can coordinate this fight together. BABYBAY swinging out wide, spotted out, 5 bullets remaining. He's got so much to account for. Fault line, moves forwards, hunter out, can't hit.
Arcade.
There it is. It's Been a lot of players there, just the slightest of jump spots. Flash is going to be used, convergent pass alongside. It's a fast lane, has cut this one up, obfuscating most of it. Trent, but towards tower, Nightfall scatters out, gets that connection, but he's blinded up in the process. Will have to peel back. Calling for a bit of a pause. Patience to be played for here from LEVIATÁN, poking and prodding, hunting for a couple of kills. Position is noted. It is LEVIATÁN using the underpass, okay. Up towards tower though. Still, they've never had control of this one. G2 are going to be aware of this fact, and they've just been looking to contain. 30 seconds remaining. It's Lev that needs to get a bit of a move on. Spam through the box, eventually claiming the kill, but he's still open sightlines, and Leaf still kicking. Hanging around. Res in the back pocket. 20 seconds remaining. Lev have got to get this plant down, but they have no positioning. None at all. It's all Leaf. Locking it down on that main avenue. And now barely only a couple of seconds remaining. Whittled down, health and time.
I don't know he's going to be able to. They get the res out, the eco as well.
Yeah.
And Neon trapped in a corner.
Maybe
2 seconds.
They can fight. Disrespect shown. Deep push. That trip is going to get the acknowledgement though. And space to be taken rapidly at that. Double dashes forwards. All of that side control. The spike though has just been dropped down into halls. jawgemo taking a peek out. Wins the fight against Neon. Spike still needs to be planted here. These are players just wandering and wading straight into spawn. Risky business. Lev feeling like everybody has to be the hero to try and save this and bring it to OT. The G2 discipline is probably going to be reigning supreme. Saturate, lay it down. Spike somehow finds it. Sato along with his. And now ulti being committed. Slowing it all the way down. Sato dominating the position. Trent stumped up. 1-2 punch. How is he claiming that? kiNgg dominating towards Horse. Still maintains control. And time. It's going to be ticking now, steadily forwards, rolling thunder, bleeding out the clock. Trent's been good in the clutch, but this might be impossible. There's too much to clear, surely, at that. Ring around the roses, blowz just toying with him, buying time, playing his life to perfection here for LEVIATÁN. This round was absolute. Look at all this space. BABYBAY, attack side with the operator, glass cannon. Wants to punish onto the peak. Smoke's going to be dropped down alongside that wall as well. Cuts off the Jenny angle. Joke's going to be that human drone, just essentially putting his life on the line to make sure the rest of the site is clear. The wall actually going to be broken here, but slow to replace it. And the plant is down early on.
They still have a slow, a stun, and a molly to work with.
Seeing it flying forwards now with the salvos and a fast lane. Sato taking up residency onto the site. Prowler's going to be connecting though, near-sided, blinded up. BABYBAY, adjustment, and misses, gliding to the side. Spike tries to do it all as jawgemo responding, instant with the trade. The player's wading right into him, finds his one straight back at it. Leaf instantly on the line, and now it's left up to kiNgg. ISO's the fight, beautifully at that. Punished, it's BABYBAY, posted up, operator in his hands, reaction time test. He just fires early there. The drone really preemptively using that TP just to get away from it. Fault line up into the spawn. A lot of space given up here. Spike, look at this guy. He's all the way into halls.
Oh, well, they are playing a really heavy post-plant version of their comp here by the look of things. Neon's holding a molly lineup from miles back.
Yeah.
Can blowz get out to play a salvo?
That's the question, and halls as well. It's another question entirely. jawgemo and Trent looking to clear this one. Make it a little bit easier for them. Get the acknowledgement now, and you're seeing Util flying forwards. Very forward position by Sato. He's going to be wary that his gun is sticking out. Yes, it spoils a party, it still claims the kill. And this is going to be a sail from multiple angles and directions. G2 flooding their way in now. Putting the squeeze onto them. All that control of the map pays off in the end. And for Neon, no molly liner could save you from a spot like that. It's G2 leading early in our grand finals. Of it though, it's going to be broken by just the one player. Doesn't give away the game too much, but Leaf is going to be waiting with the molly now to try and stave them all off. And away, big reveal though onto that dart, and Spike is straight through and in. It's an anchor smoke that needs to be cleared. G2 are given opportunities to potentially get their way back in. Trent still alive and kicking back to the wall, but he's battering his way forwards. Punish onto the reload, pushing forwards through it all, and somehow it's all ended up with LEVIATÁN and a 2v1 for them. Still no plant down. Just trying to root out where valyn could be. The IGL creeping back up to Mark, and hold on, ISO'd into a 1v1. Lev might have overthought this one. Low on HP, blowz, now full committal. Spike will be planted, but valyn lurking all the way in. And the damage done from early in. Matt for the smoke, activating it up. Another star lay it down. jawgemo is running them down. Oh my God! That is pure filth. And just like that, 3 players turned into mincemeat.
But it's still winnable here for Lev. They've got a 2v3 on site. Spike's worried about getting pushed too early, so Neon hasn't committed the plant yet.
Still worried about it. Looking to see if they can extend outwards. What a swing and a peek by BABYBAY. Phoenix Wall being thrown out as well. They're trying to sway the plan. Not quite the case. Neon done though. To Spike at least, but the fast lane's already going to be forwards, and Spike is always willing. He's going to put his body onto the line to see if he can pave a way forward for the rest of his team. The stun is even better than that. Pushes them all the way out of action. He's going up to heaven. This is a big wraparound and a squeeze onto these players. Snappy! Neon! And that's a wraparound and a half. Trent going to see if he can barrel away forwards out of it, but he is overwhelmed.
What a beautiful set strat called there by kiNgg. And Neon delivers with amazing accuracy on the Headhunter. Leaf and valyn to mop this round up.
Same precision.
Phoenix ult used even.
Okay. I heard it.
Yeah, Sato just slow walking towards them.
Okay, interesting. Broken out now though. valyn
3-1. But with slightly weaker weaponry.
12K! I mean, they're umming and ahhing about it. Just want to hold the smoke for now. Multitude of players waiting, and look at the protocols from Lev. Anti-flash position. Sato though goes wandering one step too far. And just as the smoke was dissipating, he's punished and is immediately replaced. Propped up once more. Leaf is there. Stray shots, bit of spam, shock darts flying forwards. This time Leaf will go down, but that's a hell of a trade by Trent, okay. Felt like it was full running away. Reaction time test missed for now. A slide off angle, Neon as well. He's delivering the death blows, but right from the flank. They might not anticipate this one. Jawgemo finally reveals it. Shot just sailing straight over the head. And low HP, blowz is trying to shut this one down. He eventually does do it. Jawgemo gone, but steadily, he's not long for the world. BABYBAY needs to break this one just for valyn to hold tight to the corner. He's going to assert himself inside that smoke, but he's brought down anyway. Bit of spam, now the Hunter's Fury sidestep BABYBAY. Very difficult task ahead of him. Fastlane's going to be fading away, but so does the stun, and he adjusts in time! Headhunter whipped out and buys time for the rest of the squad. Just hit
blowz that's asked a question on first.
It's all on him. It's an off angle. We've seen some devious stuff from this position already with the one. Flash though in your face! Reacts in time with the swing and a peek. And now, suddenly 2v2, wide face, blowz! And kick! Fantastic play, don't get me wrong, but it speaks to an abundance of quality of talent that they've got on this LEVIATÁN team. Now forwards here. The Cosmic Divide is going to do a lot. Wall just completely cuts this one up. They want to refine past this one. It's a tricky angle to do. To rendezvous. They hear where the TP location is, so they know where BABYBAY is. Ooh, Phoenix Wall.
Yeah, using the flame wall there. Trying to push him out.
Yeah, see if they can get it done. Spicy's going walkabouts. How has he managed to find two? Leaf running back forwards now. Paving away and a path to potentially get some success forwards, but he's going to be gone. Finished. BABYBAY now out into the open. Peak of the drone. Nasty stuff here from LEVIATÁN. Really is feeling like a bit of a brute force round in terms of just raw individualism. They are taking names pretty quickly here. Spike taking up a lot of space now and gearing up for potentially that C-split. What a reveal. I believe that's Dart coming through, and along with the Hunter's Fury, this is layers to this one. Threats from every angle and avenue. You're being poked and prods. You don't know where there is any safety. Stun will connect, and as that lane just fades away.
What is he supposed to do? He's got his head on a swivel. Where's the safe place that he can TP back to?
There's nowhere to go.
No, nowhere to go whatsoever. And Trent's on the other side of the map. In fact, G2's read was that Lev were going to try a B pop. They had 3 players ready at the beginning of the round, over towards B. And G2 don't run that many, so I think G2 would actually be all right, especially if BABYBAY keeps that form up into London.
The player who's been doing pretty damn well, with the stingers in hand, hold on. G2 might be able to do quite a bit of work here. Softened up there from the shorty. And blowz is still just squaring up to it. As brazen as anything. That's a spike drop down in their laps.
And look how much messier the rounds
through
look.
the wall. Okay.
When Lev are running a default,
yeah.
Instead of running some kind of quicker set play that comes out of the playbook, this default fell to pieces.
Dart's going to be rebounding. Phoenix Wall cuts its way through. Now the overdrive on top of it. Molly is just skipped straight past over. Stun hits and connects, and you are just lined up for it. Sato might go down, but that's really no real issues when Spike is just barreling forwards now. Cosmic Divide is going to be used to see if they can slow this all the way down and give a bit of a pocket to play in for Trent, but he's got too much to deal with. So many players, and they're willing to overwhelm and just take this one all together now. Fundamentally, players in position. Hold on, valyn! Takes his one!
Lev wanted the lead here at the half.
Prowler sets the stage over towards Garage here. valyn opened up a little bit too much there. He realizes he has to just wide face take the fight because he was, going to be swiftly overwhelmed. C-site, though, has been cracked open as a result of it, though. So you're going to be able to get this one. Plant down. But G2 are down a player.
BABYBAY's also got to watch the flank, so there's only 3 people actually on site right now.
That's a difficult one. George just taking that peek. Stun. Doesn't aim to commit. This time the team actually does make a decision. G2 contacting steadily, walking up, and it's just George's job to see if he can buy a bit of time while they just dominate over towards that garage control, but backside control being lost for them. The right clicks just going a bit of miss. Sliders for pixel angles. It's Trent who does find it. Now peeling back over towards that long angle. The tap, blowz. It was just to pull these players out into the open, and BABYBAY, he's dismissed entirely. Head straight off cleanly. Neon straight through main. Modest to be sailing past, but they hear the acknowledgement from it. Prowler was broken. Seas does connect, and G2, they make the smarter decision. They're going to not want to contest with that one, but where do they have to run? To be honest, they don't have any options, really. Neon's here still. Forward of that approach again, and it's Sharp shooting from him, calling for another pivot. On top of it, seeing if they can make any space over towards garage. This is desperation, but well, kiNgg just caught completely unawares. Util out as he was popping those stars.
Amazing lurk from valyn.
Forward again, and he's already on that perfect line. Sato immediately taken.
No, you've got to hit some ridiculous shots.
Got to play for damage.
Yeah. And G2, the most disciplined. BABYBAY takes first contact because he's able to get out of there.
Yep. Pulls preemptive there, just even ahead of that tap, because they already know that time is running short. Glide to the side still, they know that nobody's on it, and that's the important part here for LEVIATÁN. It's just about doing that damage. Neon, see if he can put the punish onto them. Guardian in hand. Flexing! Now they hear that TP.
Oh, Spike is so deep.
I mean, he's alone here. Solo play, making this happen, and he's already taken the damage. I mean, it's so brave. How many teams do you see do this when they know they're up against the weaker weaponry? They will opt into it.
The Chamber holds the line down mid as well, and still ain't willing to take the risk.
Trip mark broken just to the final few moments. blowz not willing to remain. He wants to get the hell out of there. Definitely don't want to give up a pick early off here, especially when you have the massive advantage, and he's just going to hold on to that heavy control.
Yeah, how does the retake look? If Lev have got a good A retake, it's exceptionally strong with this composition.
Yeah. kiNgg is miles away. They're concerned about a lurk potentially, but now they're getting a bit of a run on a move. Spike will start to tick soon enough, though. You can't really take all the time in the world. Out towards that heaven angle. Taking out Spike is a big one. And Star was just deaded on top of the box just for him to play inside and try and cut up the crosshair placement. G2 are in a prime position here, despite with the player disadvantage, but it comes down to the individuality. And Lever running over them still. BABYBAY puts himself into that. You're only trailing 2 rounds. You can't let that lead widen even more. Neon, this time punished. What a slide by Jorg, and he's straight in there. Sets the pace and the tone for the rest of his team to follow through over towards this A site.
A mirror image of a round we saw earlier where BABYBAY plucked out Spike, but Neon chooses to take the shot into the Haunt instead. Yeah. Has to rely on a headhunter. Even he isn't good enough to deal that one.
Seeing it, Hunter's Fury now. This is to try and push them back and away. An aggressive play by G2, potentially being punished as a result of it. But Jorg at least got one for his trouble. Went down to the grave. Now to run it back. Sato procs it. Now moving forwards. The walls try and cut up these angles. No one really willing to hold this one, and they've flooded and waterfall out towards that heaven angle. But Spike is taken out. blowz. He's going to do it from a spot like this still. Molly drops back. BABYBAY forced to respect it. Swinging wide. Headhunter somehow nails the mark. It's risky and tricky stuff entirely. Leaving it to the 1v1 Sato versus valyn. And now he knows he's not sticking it. Time against him. Sato, no real chance. I'm a little bit worried over G2. I mean, you're already down to 40 seconds. That's why setup is here. And they want to fight forwards preemptively at that. It's a flash and a horn, all going to be used to see if they can push them all the way back. Spike, overdrive. This guy's a menace right now, and kiNgg! This time again with the weaker buy. G2 are working with, again, scraps, pistols. Overdrive is going to be committed. Jorg is going to be sending this one flying forwards. The rest of his team follow in suit. Plan will go down.
They broke the quickly. They broke the trip on the flank, but they're not hard committing to that fast flank timing. Maybe just sending one. kiNgg is thinking about it.
And BABYBAY's holding with a tour de force, so, well, he's turned away. Cosmic Divide, though. Everybody needs to play forwards onto this one, and there's multiple wars at play to try and work and insert. A bit of a play here for LEVIATÁN. That's an all popped off when Leak doesn't have a gun. To run it back just to see if he can claim a bit of space. And it's definitely put the fear into them there. Pause for now. Spike, he's picked off out towards that heaven angle. The rest of G2 as well. Weathering the storm. Somehow managing a way through it. Pistols in hands. Nothing but scraps. And somehow forging a path to victory. kiNgg has no choice but to retreat. And G2 not finished yet, not done, and not content to sit back.
This is the second round where
his life intact, and a flash prime from Sato. Might try to take it. He hears the sound cue. Missing a few shots though, and now he is caught into the corner. G2 will be primed onto it. The molly's good, yet somehow gets the kill. is traded from the grave, but does well to get out of that spot. And not just that, Neon is also finding value across the map. BABYBAY picked off, taking risks of his own.
The Lev individualism really shining in this round. kiNgg's gone for a push down C as well, recognizing that BABYBAY was the only player in that position. G2 are now walking into a spot 2v3 on the C site where they're going to immediately get surrounded.
They are pressured. Lost long control.
blowz is about to re-clear garage as well behind him.
Neon's worried about a variety of lurks right now, so he's not holding entirely.
Well, and it's also the two clutch demons for G2.
Yeah, these guys have been consistent. Trent and valyn, always the case.
I'm not sure you need both of them.
No, but together. And Lev are split up right now. They're not taking fights together. They could offer up opportunities to create ones for G2 to play off of. Not immediately broken. blowz. Poking, seeing where these players might be, and kiNgg just peeks straight off those sound cues as well, but immediately return to the fire. valyn, though, is left into a 1v2 and aim well trained onto the corner. It's an operator into the hands.
Oh, Spike is looking for an opportunity.
He's trying to just pounce onto it now. jawgemo stuns, reciprocates, and he just pushes his way forwards and past it. We're gnawing about it, and he just spots out that position. Shoulder barely peeking out. Smoke put up. Now he hears it.
Great
sound footsteps. Yeah, it is a sound bait. They're trying to fake that this is going to be into the BE presence. The molly at your feet to seize on top of it. Cutting away the sound cues now. Makes it feel certainly quite real, but there is no committal on the other side of things, and Lev have not budged.
Well, they have a little bit. They've pulled Sato away from blowz. So blowz is now really isolated on A. Sato might lean back towards him as these stars come down.
Yeah, definitely so. The util and broken at a critical time. So blowz position not going to be revealed. Dart through and a flash forwards as well. Running and gunning to try and take control in this anger spot. But Sato is eventually traded. Time now running short and shy. There's only 12 seconds remaining. The plan needs to go down.
That's such great control from BABYBAY there, spamming to stop Neon having any opportunity.
kiNgg, he's found his way up onto the flank here. It's being watched steadily, but not for that one. Still into a 1v1. Trent! Here's a trip to account for at least short, but now seeing the presence of all these players, you've got to be scared now. Going to be left wondering, how do you hold this one back? Cosmic Divide, forwards and away. Barely gets out of dodge. Ton of util, though, being used in the process for G2 to take this one.
And remember, last time G2 won a post plant with classics here.
Yep, jawgemo, he's already in himself. Achilles stepping forwards and past it once more, gliding straight into them. But it's Sato, the ult popped off, and he wants to take this one running forwards now. See what more he can lay claim towards the Cosmic Divide. These are G2 players off the site. It's up to Leaf now to see if he can step forwards as well and see if he can push his team all the way back in here. They manage onto the flank and forwards again, taking these kills. blowz! He's found himself a couple and maybe a win con. Tap onto the defuse, finding it again, and now just into the 1v1. Him versus Leaf, and already the defuse stuck onto half. Wall dissipates. A pocket and a slide window. The tiniest of pixel angles. Trying to sell a bit of a fake, but this is with the spike in the hands of Trent. There's a lot of util being used.
kiNgg's been playing with some kind of shotgun regularly. blowz.
He's feeling it.
He's just got so much confidence.
Hot hands after a round like that. But he knows that Lev are on the brink. Can push this one into even territory. 1-2-1. Okay, Leaf is going walkabouts, finds a peek and finds a timing to claim that kill. Brings him into a 4v4. G2 not done yet. Sees with a good connection. Lev towards his backside angle though, and a flash will not be dodged in time. Moving forwards, this is Lev now, steamrolling! And with all of that skill and individuality, plant not down, an impossibility for Leaf to play the war. There's a push out into mid, see if they can catch a player, but all that util being used now. Signals it all to LEVIATÁN.
Yeah, we're going to see a full retake happening.
Yeah.
Trip on the flank.
Immediately tripped.
Yeah, but not committing to it.
No.
It's pulled a lot of bodies back off the site, though.
Yeah, look at it. Just feigning. Tension's going to be drawn and dragged towards it. In fact, for the post plan, I mean, nobody's really holding that heaven angle. Everybody very much off site here on G2's side of things. Exception of Jawg.
It's the calm before the storm.
Yeah, it is. And as soon as that door explodes, you're going to start to see it now. The clone doesn't step forwards like they were hoping for. Still, this Jawg is going to be asserting himself. Takes up control towards Tree, and now being assailed from multiple directions. blowz is still delivering down the damage, and now we're seeing it popping out. A bit of a flash play as they hear that tap, but already the speed is filled up in red in the name of G2. blowz. Know what you can do from a spot like this. It's flashy stuff, but the time ticking out of his grasp.
Leaf picks up the orb.
Away from it, it's a hell of a read. Wall forwards, ult popped off. This is Leaf moving forwards now, but that running back, but the volley is just going to be missing. And steadily there. It's a little bit of damage, but no kill claimed. The goal to really pull rotations, they've achieved it, but players are going to be maneuvering right back at them anyway. Over towards this A side, look at that, out towards heaven. Sato is rapid on his approach, and an ult of his own now ready to be utilized at a moment's notice. Smoke in their faces is going to be causing concern at the back of the minds for G2.
Oh, they're looking to leave. valyn calling a mid-round pivot with 40 seconds left.
40 seconds left.
No, they're deciding to recommit.
Cut noise re-hit, but Lev.
Indecision.
Yeah, they don't have B main control other than
left.
the deep wall, but no choice but to move forwards now into A, but they're contacting up into it anyway. Guardian in hand, Leaf. We're on a mockery now, eventually traded out and stopped, and looking and arguing about which way they want to try and take this one, but the side control is theirs. There's no pushback. Plant. Down from Jorg. Now spam down. Nothing to really add to this one. A lot of damage being done to these players, but it's precision nevertheless from Trent. Moving forwards now. Sato with that ult is immediately dissuaded with the Spectre. Jorg is doing filthy things. Ridiculous. And Sato now is...
Then they run a fake to try to get into the A site because they know that
The
LEVIATÁN...
judge and the Buckies, if he can, trying to find inside this smoke, but okay, short of his own. jawgemo dishes it straight back at them. They
Again,
have
the
slowed
awareness
this down.
is really strong.
40 seconds. There is danger if they take this too slowly.
valyn called a re-hit into the A site last time. LEVIATÁN not stacking.
No. Deep push there, but they're calling for the 3-2-1 fight forwards now and hoping off the noise cues to be able to make a play happen. But as a flash peek out, Sato has deleted and obliterated them where they stand. Not letting them pass that choke point, and there's where the danger that I was talking about from earlier rears its head. If you take too much time with it, you give them ins. There's no way for BABYBAY to win this. Time has ran out.
What a play from Sato.
Player standing.
Seemingly, see if they can cross this one up. It looks like a level of awareness from G2, but not too much awareness. That's a TP rendezvous. Immediately back to safety. Neon putting a squeeze on this G2 team. Hitting that minute mark now, but they're not going to anticipate this, are they? kiNgg just standing and delivering death from the side. Unreal form from the experienced IG. From Lev, here is another trap play. No one is home to receive this one, so they might be able to run that again.
Yeah, no one even knows.
We'll see how G2 will deal with it.
2, 1.
Joke's over. You're dead.
TP it off. I think they're all off.
Oh, fuck, my bad.
All good, all good.
Okay. I got a Thorn on market. I had a Thorn early. I don't want him scrimming.
Yeah.
I can ult maybe. Come on.
You want it? Here.
I got a flash for lane, boys.
Scared of my smoke, okay? Let's play on site.
What's our post here?
They're gonna have paranoia for...
Hit wall flank.
I'm gonna ult right now just to see what they're doing. Maybe get ready for stairs fight. Two flank. Nothing spawn, nothing spawn. If you take one spawn, solo. Deep. Can we crunch spawn?
Off market.
I can't.
We're seeing it now, taking the fight forwards. Already there's pressure on multiple avenues. That main control being lost, and jawgemo, the DTP, Dimensional Drift, he's looking to cause a bit of chaos and see if he can pull the attention, but LEVIATÁN way ahead of it. They're already just taking a fight towards the site, and it's up to G2 to see if they can weather it. Batter down the hatches! Trent and BABYBAY fighting forwards. Trent! It's ridiculous stuff. Pure individuality and flexing on angle, and does give them peace of mind, but the trip might slow them down to a degree. Flashes forward, does connect. kiNgg's down, and he needs some help here. Some bailout reinforcements to arrive, and he commits with the ult just to get the hell out. All the way over towards the B site. Damage was done with jawgemo being dropped off here.
He's miles away.
The Molly, he is miles away. The Molly, though, is going to be stunting. Now they still get the plant down. It's an unconventional placement of it. Flash does connect. Leaf still holding his ground. Very forward into the approach once more as a Hunter's Fury from this angle is devious. Gets the connection. Sato's at least taken out, cleaved through, and a lot of damage done. Off onto the follow-up here. This Adada's going to be rebounding in an important fight to be won out. Neon trying to dominate towards this tree control, and BABYBAY might have missed the timing all the way through. Neon knows he's there now, taking the fight forwards. Straight to him. It leaves it into the hands of Trent, but he's smoked off. Completely away from the avenue, half onto the defuse. The dart will do. Only a little. And he's looking to gear up for a fight. Neon might be in a bit of trouble. Smoke dissipates. He's given that perfect timing. Especially the peel all the way back here. And it was an attempt to see if they can follow through. I mean, Leaf is taking a lot of chip damage. Straight through the wall with his shots landing. kiNgg now off from the side. Flashes and connect onto him, but he's missing the shots anyway. Leave, running forwards! How is he getting all this done? Run it back in exchange of the weaponry. Does have to be worried potentially about his back, but not concerned.
Spike
Might be calling for valyn to watch for it now, as he is going to be returning straight back. And here it is. Sato's rounded. He's found the timing, and no one was really covering this one. Jumping around.
No
blowz. They're picking him to pieces.
How is Sato alive?
How has it gone so wrong? For Trent now left in a 1v2. Consistent in the clutch is what he's known for. All stage long. But to do it against blowz and Sato might be too much of a tall order. The flash forwards signifies it all, and Sato
be ready.
There it is. Wall cuts up one of the angles. You can see that gate crash moving forwards. Neon was blinded up. Forced to back out, retreating for now. There's a deep dart, a deep plant going on. Now he's seen the steel guard and is primed by BABYBAY. He wants to see if he can make a go at this one, but waiting for the right time to do it. He's just holding it for now. Probably the util signaling it all. Yeah, here it is. As the fight tries to come forwards. A lot of this is going to be dodged, though. Guns are going to be remaining intact here for LEVIATÁN, just trying to flood and waterfall all the way out through heaven now. It's up to G2 to see if they can batter them all the way back. It's a big dart. Even better flash forwards, though, and that near side paranoia doesn't do enough. Not to dissuade this guy, the IGL, dominating, but Sato has somehow inserted himself into the conversation and onto the site. Still, player disadvantage for LEVIATÁN, and now just all up to kiNgg. valyn!
It's a round to be proud of for G2. They had the perfect answer to the tiles crunch. We'd seen it multiple rounds before. They were ready for it many, many times. And then the pivot into the A-pop. They have that extra layer of device. And then valyn
forwards. Flash as well is going to push Neon off those lines, and now we're going to see them pivot and move over towards this A side, but Spike is way ahead of his Sato alongside him.
How did it go wrong for G2?
I mean, they're just getting way ahead of themselves. Now they're going to leave it down to jawgemo to see if he can bail them out, but he can only do so much. He's immediately taken out. Executed towards that top mid angle, and now it's a mad dash and a pivot. Putting everything onto this one, but how the hell do you even get past this one? Neon has already just cemented himself towards the back of the site. LEVIATÁN are in. Just yet, they're ready, waiting. Time for it. They spot the barrel. There's a flash popped off, but flashes of their own. Sato's forwards now, looking to see if he can lay claim to this one. Even more space up towards that heaven angle, and he's putting the fear into the hearts of these G2 players. Molly at his feet. They want to get a bit of a heal off of this one, but the plant now down. What is the answer here for G2? Because they have control lost. They're putting the wrap up onto Sato. Trying to push forwards, trying to make it an awkward engagement, but he is being squeezed as we speak. Right now, players rapidly approaching again, and they take the perfect timings. G2 collapse onto him, taking him out with Sato and Spike out of the picture. Much more favorable for them now, but gearing up into it. It's a paranoia that's going to be sweeping, and all of that damage, the blind does collect a kill. jawgemo taken out, swinging to the side. Classics.
blowz just communicating to the rest of the team that they've lost B main information. Oh, so deep.
Oh, this is so brave! Spike's just all the way up there, Stinger in hand. Hasn't had the hottest start towards this, but it's at least cause for concern. It's caused Leaf to pop off this runner back, looking for the information. Just knife out. Spike's position is going to be noted, but he's already just whipped his way around now. Taking up residency up towards mid. Paranoia is perfect. Trent can't see a thing, and he needs some help with the bailout. BABYBAY to try and help him out, but he's shock darts doing a lot of damage. Slowly dissecting most of his sides.
Trying to fall back into the anchor position.
If they can, towards the back of the sides. Rifles! They do what they were intended to do right now, but they're still being swiftly overwhelmed regardless. Handing over the upgrades, but that's a Spike. Drop down in towards that lane angle. It's being watched for. Leaf
should be able to pick it back up, though.
Yeah. Going to be removed. A lot of damage done to Spike. Make a Sato steps way out. Leaf puts him to the grave. Now 1v2. So that'll be the reason why, just in case the B-split comes through, but seeing a running back popped off. Sato, the ult immediately removed. BABYBAY taking a chunk of damage, I believe, from the operator shot, but now close quarters. Trent, you could be thriving in a spot like this. jawgemo is catching the contact onto kiNgg. Overdrive forwards into the back. It is cause for concern, but Trent, he just runs forwards. It's the only fight he can take. It's somehow head clean off, cleaved off. It's Lev. In the midst of all of that, there was danger lurking in every single direction. How have they made the most of it? I don't know, but still, the dangers are ever present. This flank from jawgemo needs to succeed now, but he's revealed his hand. In a 1v2, Slev know exactly where he is. The gate crash.
They're going aggressive.
This one. Oh, they're going aggressive! Insane adjustment! Fake with a TP, and blowz is spotted out, but they're all calling for the reposition on either side! jawgemo! Fully gearing up. All 5 players over towards this A angle. Orb is going to be picked up as well, and they are just fully sending this. The Thorns have really chipped down Spike. Whittled down to barely anything at all, and that flash and a peek is perfect play. BABYBAY still holding it down towards that lower area, and well controlled with that rifle in hand. Spike answers back. It's a quick trade indeed.
3v3, they've got to get the Spike into the ground, though, before they can play a post plant here.
They definitely do. Drive by, exchange the weapons.
Leafs continuing to pressure. Oh my god.
That wall almost doing him in. Spike, 5 HP. Molly's going to be rebounding now, but they do get that spike down. Door closed. It's going to be causing concern, but there is a eventual drift waiting in the back pocket.
Yeah, this should be massive for them. Lethal Trent can take so much space off this.
Door's working for him, and he's immediately spotted the contact of the player, and he's getting that flash off already. Poking out, pointing out the positions. This is precision when it's needed, and the peak is perfect from Trent. Neon now left in a 1v3. Position noted, and just with that Guardian in hand, it would have to be unreal from him. Too much to overcome.
Sick idea.
Insane tech. And the op finding value just in time with that gate crash. About to expire. Insane level of proactivity from Spike. He's inserted himself deep into A, but the question is, how can the rest of his team join him?
These slower rounds, it's been difficult for Lev.
Hunter's Fury, what is this? And a stun off the back of it. Spike is going to capitalize. He's jumping straight off of all of this chaos. Moving through anyway. Hunter's Fury. See if they can clear a bit of a path forward, but they've missed the timing! Oh. Right click on the classic. How is Spike finding it? This is ridiculous stuff. Shoulder to shoulder. These players barely touching now, and kiNgg will be at least traded out. But surely damage done. Trent, he is healthy. 1v2, but so many positions to account for. Deep dart against the back wall. Spike. This is ridiculous. Look at this guy. Walkabouts all the way round. Surely not going to be anticipated.
What an insane reposition.
Missed the timing entirely amongst each other.
And the door's open for him.
And Trent's still trying to figure out where these players could be. Doubled up, you're not going to anticipate this. Drops down, blow spotted, damage done. Chip down. Another handhold they can find. Hunter's Fury and a flick to the side. That is an insane margin in terms of hitting that one. The tiniest on spots. Revealed and stays onto the line. That is nasty.
You're telling me that wasn't through a wall and hitting his leg?
Okay.
How?
Pixel perfect, apparently. Deep angle from Lee. He is hard committed here. Needs to be very worried. Bailout from Trent is essential with this Odin spam, because otherwise he's going to be hard committed onto the corner, yet still unaccounted for. Flash forwards. Anticipating there's going to be that re-peek here, and there is indeed, but all control. Feels like it's that fake pressure. There are thorns, though, to supplement this defense, and anchor spot of valyn could do some serious work. Pops the stars for himself to play in, but he meets his match. It's a Bucky inside. And now just hands over the upgrade. This is full side control now, give it up, but a bit of spam for the... Okay, that'll do it. Into the floorboards. Spike eventually toppled, finished here. kiNgg does commit down to the plant, though, gets it into that post scenario. Run it back forwards. A paranoia to try and counteract it. Util and ults are being met. The match. BABYBAY, but a spam into the corner. He does catch it onto kiNgg. Just enough, and he's going fishing for a little bit more. I'll not be able to find it. Delay util is still intact here from Lev, but surely should be running out soon enough. How do we get past the players' positions? That's the second question of things. Sato is going to try and hold back the onslaught occurring through this door angle. And Leaf, he's going to be able to run over them, but time ticking alongside this spike. Spam from the Odin, making it uncomfortable. Blows, twisting as well, turning around. Time is run entirely out. G2 trying to make a rapid go of things here, but they
place util.
It's going to be hard. Switch is going to be flipped here, but you've got to be careful, keep the guns out in a situation like this. Flash forwards. The Odin, well, just cycling through the util, not too sure what to do with it. Leaf is just being absolutely bombarded. The bullets are more. Talking to the corner, Sato with that ult. He's ran down Trent. Access to the site now opened up, but a Cosmic Divide. This is to try and play G2 back in, and they need it. Got to win this one to see if they can stay alive in Ascent. Otherwise, they will be going to Pearl at that disadvantage. Big Dan, the big reveal onto two players now. The shot does miss and go wide. G2 trying to ramp up, see if they can take this one, but Cosmic Divide is kind of working against them. Still running forwards, barreling over these players. Waiting for it. There's a flash being held of the contact of one player into mid. Meanwhile, over towards B, what is going on over here? The trade is intact with Trent finding it. Neon, though, flashed up into the corner. Hasn't stopped him just yet, though. He is still rattling off these shots and still finding kills for it. Spike takes up that horse control. Good luck trying to root them out from a spot like this. Trent in a 1v3 to high-low. You can see Spike swinging immediately. Perhaps off that contact. Not baited just yet. Waiting it out. Trent just trying to ISO and hope that he can hunt down at least one of these heads to find one player or two. Usually he's going to be getting value from it. Slight jiggle. Looking for info. Running back now, going to be sent flying through that main avenue and is spammed down. The entrenched positions you were talking about.
Yeah, good horn. Yeah.
Not to be removed, and Jawg always keeping his movement ajar in terms of the positioning. Fast lane, and even found a little bit of a pocket. Not anticipated, but it is there. Reciprocated by kiNgg, gets that kill online. A lot of damage done. Molly up towards that pit avenue. you've got to be careful here, but it's sidestep for now.
Can they
Lev
counter
finding
spam?
it difficult to get in here. Yeah, the counter spam from the Odin. This is going to be deadly. Lev, they don't want anything to do with it, actually. Calling for the mad dash and pivot over towards the B side, but there's thorns, stars, everything going to be waiting for them.
But they go around the Vice wall. So they're not giving the immediate interaction for BABYBAY to pop it off.
There's 12 seconds left, though. They're just got to try and find a way back into this one. BABYBAY might be a critical kill. There's 8 seconds. Lay it down! And somehow he's finding it despite needs to be picked up. Sato, no choice now and no more time to work with. The round, fully won out.
You wouldn't want to mess with him here.
Peak. It's going to be disjointed, though, with that judge. Hold on, this is difficulties. Fast lane. Won't do a lot to stop the bullets. It's a good trade.
It's only Trent here, but Trent was enough to stop the hit last time alone.
This is really tricky for LEVIATAN right now. You've got to see if he can get a bit of a move on. It's a good tag. Trent's pushed out of that pit position where he could have just freely spammed with the Odin to try and get them out and through. It's a big reveal onto the side, and they're not expecting it. It's still Spike will go down. Jumping and hopping around. Making it difficult. The timing. Leaf completely jumps and pounces on the chance to collapse onto these players. It leaves it all into Neon's hands, but
back into Secret, but Valyn's got his back. But they are having to...
But timing not taken. Lev going to use the recall to see if they can get all the way back in. No way!
He messed up the movement.
Couldn't escape. Not from the sight line. It's Neon who just plucks him straight out of that picture, and now we see them making moves over towards that B site. Getting a bit of ground to plant down as well with no real push.
A lot of that success came with having some really, really nice ideas.
Yeah, 35 seconds, man. There's thorns to stunt and stop them once more. See how they deal with it. The flash is pretty good. It's going to be slowing them down. Now we see it. The thorns going to be deaded preemptively. We're going to stop them. Molly into the back of it. Spike wants to at least dominate some of these smoke positions with Shorty in hand. Up towards that backside control, but spam could be the name of the game. Blindly firing, looking for what they can get done. Lev do get that plant down. And where is kiNgg off to? He's on the other side of the map right now. G2 increase the pace. Everybody's leaving away from this. Neon's gone down towards main. You have a star to potentially play around with the pull, but this is dangerous tidings for Lev. You're conceding a lot of this space now, and the kills are already flooding through for G2. Steel Garden overlapped. This game of timings has been missed entirely, but no one's still onto the defuse. It's been watched for, but turned. kiNgg, and accounted for. Defuse being stuck all the way. It doesn't matter about no flank timings. kiNgg caught in the end and blows. Perhaps preemptively, I think they might have wanted to coordinate jumping over that one together. There's only about 30 seconds again. These slow rounds have been the killer for Lev, biding their time. Neon, it's an excellent kill. It's returned immediately, though, by BABYBAY, and he's making sure to shore up the gaps. Are we going into Con? What is the play here? Cosmic Divide, I don't think they even go. Back to A, they're all the way through. Jawg, he's filling in the gaps now, collecting all sorts of kills with Spike. Will answer it back. In for that main angle, Spike. He has the Spike in his hands. blowz covers the angle anyway. Plant needs to go down.
9 seconds, and they've just managed to do it. Lev somehow, in the midst of all of that scramble, found themselves an open site. But now they've got to play a post plant and not just allow G2 to walk back in.
Pure chaos, but they have inserted Spike is that first obstacle to be removed for G2. Close onto the default angle to see if it is preempted. Yes, snaps to the side by Leaf. Now into that 2v2. Shocked has rebounding, but already blowz is spotted out entirely. And Sato, he's on a flank timing right now. Time is of the essence. blowz just needs to pull as much of it as possible out of them. Collecting the kills forward again.
Immediately. So maybe they're thinking, if we can just play a slow round and group up, we can trade out on B.
One drop down, but now with that fast lane as well. It does signal quite a bit, trying to play inside of this one. It's a great stun, Spike. All the way through. Wonderful work, yet still BABYBAY ran down. Leaf did manage to find a kill in the midst of all of it. kiNgg to tap. He's looking for the next level and layer out of G2's game plan to see if they will open them up, see if they can take a fight. This time a hard committal. Flash forwards, Prowler as well. This is going to be pushing them back into spam from the heaven angle. Damage done to Spike, yet still kicking. Bullet to the brain of Leaf.
I have the Spike.
Quick shots to try and see if they can get the punish. Trent is way out to the open into heaven, but now tucking towards it. Spike still not down here for LEVIATAN, but the longer they wait, the worse it gets. G2. I've got it all watched and now they hear it. Signs of life towards it. They immediately turn their attention like hounds on the scent. Looking to see if they can shut this one down, and they got to know that Neon has to plant this now. It's playing for the win cons. jawgemo just runs him down. Rendezvous. Back to safety. 2 HP. Still alive, and that means there's still a chance. Holding his nerve, but again, when against the Odin spam, walking onto the operator. Okay, setting the fast lane up towards that art area, but anticipated. G2. They're taking it one step further. Dominating. Complete control and a collapse onto the players of LEVIATAN. He can't hold up again.
It actually works fairly well for G2 if they can lean into it. Can Trent close?
He's holding this angle. Neon almost snaps to it. A lot of damage done though. He does reveal his position. He might have to cross up into this. Neon posted up onto the high ground. Dart towards the back. You're in danger of being spammed, and that's exactly what blowz was planning for. Plant. He's going to go down here. Cosmic Divide is being committed. G2 are not trying to let anything slip, and it has separated the players momentarily. And just locks on, snaps to the dome of blowz. Electrocuted here, and Neon forced to scurry away.
We've done enough to be able to close things out there.
Of art.
Yeah, how clean a Lev.
We'll see. Together with these players. Jorg still claims one, but a trade is instantaneously. Now, what do they do about A main control? That's the question. That needs to go down! Second guessing, hold on, double take. And now we see that wall propped up. Recall with the star, adjusting, that is just disgusting! Leaf, just locking onto the craniums now. Hot hand feeling it. And now the rest of the kills can just flood and flow all the way in. Spike trying to put a stop to it! Glides and slides his way into the back, but time is again completely out of it. Lev, it's the one resource that they never have enough of in these moments right now, but Spike is doing his best, but time, there's no time at all. Biding his time, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on! That is unbelievable! They've made manifest in a moment like that. Jorg now with that up, and still adjusts. That's Neon brought down. Fast and loose though, that's the way that Lev want to play it for this final round of the halves. And Overdrive had already ripped his way across alongside the Ultimates, looking to see if they can once more pave a path forwards into this. jawgemo sweeping in and out, and he's managed to wrangle it. Control of the rifle, puts down Spike, forwards is Sato. Looking for a bit more here, but it's being watched for. Ground down to pulp. Not much you can do from a spot like that. The risky business, you got the Spike down, but a 2v5 now is what Lev are staring at for G2. It has been dominant on this half. Trent will take first contact. He was willing to go down regardless. The flash forwards, they know exactly where kiNgg is. For Neon, I think he hears that sound pressure and cues. Forwards is the play. Again, 12 seconds remaining. Open sight and open access to the plant now. Could have been some pushback, but what a pull.
Great calls.
Push and pull, listen, it continues. This is so damn risky! jawgemo! An adjustment there in hand with that frenzy and just barely staying alive. BABYBAY gets out of dodge. Flash forwards. Sato looking to see if he can lay claim to a little bit of this space. Same with Neon, but what is going on? Flustered. Not anticipating there could be a player back calls. It's Trent who puts the punish on, and now Ring Around the Rosies, making it difficult for Sato. No comfortable spot for him to try and play around. Too much to account for. Still adjusts. It's a good one. Snaps towards it. Now he needs to stick it. Sato! Flashing a take with lane. Stun as well to just push them back.
Two duelists for Lev, just holding hands and roaming around the map looking for fights.
Yeah, up towards Art now. Again, contact plays. That's what it's called for here. They are really just gearing up. They want to fight. They want to scrap valyn. Looking to contain, and not just the bullets. I mean, they definitely keep him LEVIATAN side guessing. They're keeping us guessing too.
They've got a flash and a horn to try to get out, but this is a very tight choke
30
point.
seconds
Yeah,
left.
and spot the presence here. Thorns into the back of Paul. He's going to know that Neon's there. Now he's spotted out where the players are. That's the confirmation that Lev were looking for now. They're going to send it flying through regardless to try and help him out. Spike is forwards now into the back of the horse. BABYBAY, it's a good trade. Intact in sight. G2 lined up for Sato. Might be looking to add another one to the tally here. BABYBAY taking that first contact, trying to feign like it's just a lurking sentinel play perhaps, but they're running them all the way down now. Lines it up there from the Prowler, forced to respect it. Neon just all the way back here, but a sees, connects, and now just missing the mark. Slightly across it, Spike delivers it straight into the back, evens it out, and more. Gets some of the advances they were looking for.
Here we go.
BABYBAY's low as anything now. Spike's going to be using an overdrive zone, but he just bides his time for now. Straight through the window. Well, he's going to be sent flying forwards. BABYBAY just missing the mark there. Quite collected onto the heads. Trent from a spot like this. 1v3. He's hoping for the best here, just rattling off shots, but it's not going to be doable, not in the face of any of these players on either side of the stage. There's the punish. It's kiNgg. Just sidestep inside that one into the fast lane. An adjustment onto the horn, but not enough. Trent to get a trade off, but still.
He is alone with the Spike.
He is alone with the Spike, and
he needs
reinforcements.
reinforcements.
Player down. He does need the reinforcements. I call for that risky play. Hold on, they just decided to take the fight straight to him. It's a flash forwards, and Spike is so on top of it. Incredibly sharp shooting. With every round, it's Lev that get a little bit closer.
Good caution as well. Good discipline to reconnect with Neon instead of trying to take that fight alone.
Yeah.
No opportunity for BABYBAY to get back in.
It's a wide face here. Fakes out the first shot, but not too sure if you want to go back into that. You have 50 seconds to play with.
It's a very tough situation that BABYBAY finds himself in.
It is.
And Lev, their defense side ideas, just double up the duelists at all times.
Timing like this, blowz is ready for it. There's a slight window of opportunity in terms of that timing, but they want to jump on the chance here and now. Cosmic Divide splits up most of the side here. blowz is just happy to concede again most of this space. To play with the rest of the team.
We get to see another post plant for G2. They're normally amazing in spots like this, but they let the last one slip.
He's forward again. He's just spotted an inclination of these players. They barely put him down, but this guy's going to be respawning soon enough. Neon watching onto the line and the angle. Operator in his hands. And again, the poking and prodding of LEVIATÁN makes it so damn awkward for G2. A lot of committal into this one, but they're already a player down. And now swiftly overwhelmed, most likely here. Leaf, yeah. Going to be meeting his match, BABYBAY, adjusting, but doesn't expect that other player. Now it just leaves it into Trent's hands. 1v2. They're putting everything into this. Raw spam, a couple of bullets, but kiNgg now onto the defuse, sticking in the extra information. Just spots a Neon out. Gets the smoke, sidestep. He's going to have to be removing his presence from it. A Prowler catching!
That's accidental!
What is that?
He was shooting the Prowler!
Finds the kill, almost goes down. Now they see it. Presence of the players. Smoke's going to be popped up and a bit of spam, why not? Sent down into those lines. See if you can hunt and fish for a couple of kills. What is that movement? Leaf somehow avoids it. Still guarding forwards, but shorty in hands. You don't want to overstep yourself here. The plant does need to go down. Composure held by G2. They don't overplay their hand here, but Leaf! A hero in a moment when G2 needed it. It's an ult earned up, and he's going to use it right here, right now. They cannot let this opportunity slip. And blowz trying to bait out these peaks, bait out the shots. Fade back away, better spam into the corner, but it's a 1v3. Entrenched positions from G2. They do not want to let this round slip away. It took everything. But they're going to be rewarded on the other side of things here. blowz will dish out.
But blowz has got to survive.
Time in the mark. And we see it. Molly's going to be sent flying over towards that R position. Fast lane up against it. It's a dart's going to be used for most of this util, but G2 actually do want to take advantage of it. Space given up. Potentially sound cue is going to be heard here by BABYBAY that our control is given up, hearing a heavy presence of these players. Lev are grouping up and they're fighting forwards. Flash does connect, swinging through, fighting forwards. jawgemo! Trying to put the finishing blow into this LEVIATÁN squad.
The timing.
And drag his team back to the line, but here it is, kiNgg and Sato in a 2v2. Still alive and still breathing, still kicking with opportunities, but Leaf still towards the back of the site, and now playing it disjointed for now, but this is it. Options have ran dry. kiNgg, time running out. You got to get a sprinter, and you got to get a move on. And not the bait for now, though. They're still maintaining that composure, holding their ground. Steady nerves and steady aim is required in a moment like this. With Spike being dropped early, how the hell do you bail yourselves out of it? Call for the disengage. Lev want to just get out with no more casualties.
Yeah, G2 don't react to try to take a site. Hello? Sato's sticking around.
Sticking around, taking a peek, but in that slight corner, tiny some margins. Leaf takes his head clean off, taking a timing once more. Neon, it's risky business. Eating the boombot in the process. He is weakened as anything. Snaps to the dome, but again, the trade is intact. And so far, all this action just maintained and sent over towards this mid-avenue. No real moves being made towards the other areas of the map. blowz, maybe his turn and time to shine. Hold on, kiNgg! Trying to adjust the aim. blowz waited it all the way out. He's down to 40 HP though, and he hears that timing, missing these players past him.
So far, this has been a pure hero round for Lev. Every player taking their turn to try to walk into the squad of G2.
blowz, he was knife out here. This is unprecedented, really. And Leaf, hold on, he's just turned his attention towards it. Right in the moments, the intel. So, see, sees and a nade. Sidestep for now. Jorg taking a lot of damage in the process, but hold on, Stinger in hand. Just locks on. Spike immediately taken out here. Now blowz will have to reciprocate, but again, he's feeling that pressure, hopping through. This is a crazy timing. It's blowz who gets on top of it. 33 health, able to back himself out. G2, though, might have had a window of opportunity into this A site.
blowz slips through and tries to take the timing again. He had to navigate so much pressure there.
It's a very open plan. Leave, leave. Locks it all the way down. He's got that rifle. Slips his way past. Tiny angle to play in. A bit of spam as well will do that job, but it's
With
Trent.
Stinger in hand.
Barely any life as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's so clean. It's such a nice idea.
It's another piece of util being used. A lot of it just being dumped in, but the A site now again open for the taking.
Pretty similar idea here from
Yeah.
valyn. Pressure towards mid, pressure towards B, and then get into A.
Get the right read on it, for sure. Ults are now ready to be expended in a round like this in case they choose to do it, and looks like valyn is considering it, even against the weaker buy.
Well, their post plans were falling to pieces on Pearl,
Yeah.
so, you know, you gotta send them.
You might potentially have to here. Prowler forwards. Grenade primed. Leaf. It's like reposition. That blind is everything though. Sato. One player with the rifles. Doing decent work now, and a damage don't look at that blind again. valyn, he's just a sitting duck way out into the open. Cutting up these angles up to BABYBAY. Can't do a lot from that spot. Already prior revealed, and the backstab activates. Blows it straight on top of it. LEVIATÁN.
Sato is full playing off noise currently, just in spawn, waiting to use his ult.
Overabundance of util going to be used and committed here. Shorty shots into the corners just, again, just in case. jawgemo is all the way through now like a rocket, trying to trade that kill out. kiNgg is going to be taken out. They haven't dealt with this one player on site. It's Neon. Look at the anchor and lock this one down again with the help of his team as the TP disengage. In for the back of the side. How is he finding this? It's unbelievable. The work that this kid is putting on. Hell of a show. Flash connects, BABYBAY. Just trying to barely get out of dodge there, but he was seized, locked up onto the spot, spotting out where they are. Neon! There's no slowing down. It's unbelievable stuff, Trent. It's an off angle for Trent. He's trying to play it to the percentage mark. And here, moving forwards, there's no cause for the rotations. That was a lot of util being heard. He's going to call out the exact amount of players that were there. Hold on. Oh, stray shots, almost finding the mark. There, kiNgg's gone down to the thorns. The K on top of it, showstopper! Barely on point, Neon. At least gets his one, but this is an absolute bloodbath occurring. Skirmish through this middle area and leave. Instinctual stuff. Couple of stray shots and just anticipates exactly where the peaks are going to be coming from. blowz.
Hold on.
Hold on, there's a gap to play for here, and he's already found it. There's a one. Looking for the second, but it's a hard read here by G2. Realizing they can get easy access into the post plants. It's a great seize though. Connects onto it and blowz. Even with that spam, he just supplements it all. util on top. With valyn being dropped out, that's no more smokes onto this one. It's going to make it very difficult indeed, but a pit might help them out. Still, Nightfall scatters his way forwards, get the connection that they were looking for, and Lev now just trying to make a rapid approach off onto the main angle. Sato still there with the ult. Flash forwards. Doesn't get too much more for it. But this is really quite awkward for G2. They don't have good post-plan control.
No. And the pit isn't great for playing for the spike either.
Lev now looking to see if they can flood all the way through the fast lane. Just pull out some of that util. Clearance now into hell, but just spinning out to the barrel. Maintaining it now, but this is all BABYBAY. Twisting, turning, so you can deal with it. All that util and landing the bullets right where they matter. 8 bullets left. Something to play with now, but he's definitely done enough to try and push them back, but still trying to fight their way out of a corner. Shoring up over towards the A side, realizing I think that this has been a bit of a weak spot. G2 have been hard of using it. Flash forwards in his face. This judge, hold on, what is that? Leave the player with a rifle, just somehow wrangles control of it and just nails it.
Yeah, that's crazy. There's still 2 rifles available here for G2, despite it being a thrifty.
The plant, it's not for heaven here. They have lost control of main once more. This wall's going to be popped off. Hold on, this is crazy stuff by blowz. Still anticipating there could be a player late lurking into this one. Everybody on G2 playing tucked to the site. They need to make a play, and they need to make it now. They press the advantage, but no clearance! No clearance at all! It's Neon unaccounted for, and it leaves it into the hands of BABYBAY, but he's already revealed his hand. Slight angle. You're going to see discipline here from LEVIATÁN. It needs individual brilliance. BABYBAY snapping to it, but he's weak as anything, and it's all Neon once more. They're struggling here. Bullets going to be peppering them pretty consistently now. blowz forwards. jawgemo just skips past most of this one, but still seized up and really just getting choked up here at the choke point. Trent is way forward, so it's a rapid take, and this time a much better plant. And this time players peeling back and away, leaving only a few remaining on the site, but main control is the goal. This fight taken is going to be an important one. jawgemo has to be running and gunning into the face of all of this one, but the rifles, the flash is good. Leaf maneuvering around now, drawing out a bit of that util in the process. Taking a sidestep and conceding up a bit of this space once more. jawgemo, hold on, blinded up. Still Leaf is just snapping towards the domes, but a lot to contest with. No more bullets left to do it all. He has to jump into the fray with only a classic finally taken out. Trent locks in, dialed in. He's already found the one that's an ult on line. Nightfall gets the tag. Neon forwards now onto the defuse. G2 are really not working with the best weaponry again, though. In a spot like this, the C's is good to at least get that connection, but jawgemo's immediately been taken out. blowz has been unbelievable from this spot. What is that? Magnificent stuff. Even if it is just spam down the choke line, he has been making it so damn difficult for G2 to get any sort of plants down. Still, they'll concede up the space. Steel Guard is going to be used preemptively here. How does the retake is sent in? Lev have a lot of time to play with here. They can take their time within it. Relies realistically on Trent with his backstab, but needs his team to get something done in the process. Stars layered. Very awkward positions and already watching for it. Trent trying to capitalize off of most of all of this now. Sprayed down. Notorious half here. The Lev are best at it. Attack side calling forwards again is the play. valyn steps up to the challenge. Already rattling away. Two of them and jawgemo instantly there to help him out. A pistol round win in sights here for G2. But a spike drop down in their laps. Relying on keeping a check on every single location. Contact cord and immediate swings. There is no hesitation from G2 currently. And kiNgg.
valyn and Jawg, man, they have just done such a good job there.
Yeah.
Inside of those smokes.
Hard anchoring. Punish onto the B-pop.
kiNgg's got an impossible situation ahead of him. This is going to be double pistol going the way of G2 on this map. It's the kind of thing that can definitely happen. Could definitely turn upset results. A team goes 4-0 on a map and then loses double pistol. It's definitely losable.
Yeah. G2 looking for everything to go right for them right now. There is no risks to be taken. They are just banking on.
So they won't have access to his C's for some kind of C's nade.
Deep Star placed down towards the back of them, but it's going to be recalled up. jawgemo is spotted actually, just his head poking out, and this guy surely not long for the world. Gliding forwards, can't escape it. valyn tries to help him out. Spam down.
And have that support coming in from B Heaven, either a C's or a snakebite.
Wait for the minute mark. Going to send this one all the way forwards. Runner back will claim a lot of that space into the site here. Mr. Lev happy to just vacuum it all up. What a shot by Neon. Sharp as anything, no slowing down from one half to the other. And Trent, hold on, down in hell. Hitting some nasty shots. Might just send Spike all the way in. A couple of bits and pieces of the spam. Spike is way separated now.
He did not think that wall was
there. Did not think it's the case yet. It doesn't even matter. He's just taking out BABYBAY. And with that, the Thorns deactivated. We no pushback. valyn immediately retreats.
It's accidental genius from Lev. Walked in, 5v4, got the whole of the B site.
Season and AIDS try to punish that plan. It's a cheeky idea forwards again. You're seeing the pace increase, tempo turned up. Spike, his position he's playing in, it's a nasty one. He's just trying to duck and weave past most of this util.
They haven't got the spike down, but the delay is actually playing in kiNgg's lurk.
He's able to maybe get a backstab off here. Spike is going to be cleared up towards hell regardless, though. Through the spawn angle, dropping all the way down. It's jawgemo looking to see if he can assail and assault his position over towards the side. Cosmic Divide even being committed, and it should force the issue. LEVIATÁN, you got to step past this one, step a little bit further forward. kiNgg's being caught up onto the flank. G2, surely the mechanics of play and trying to play each other in. It's beautiful movement. valyn and Leaf, full stick onto it, not planning for blowz to try and play with here. And Leaf, still danger here though. Yeah, that's a deep ult into heaven as well. It's going to be clearing up most of this space. I mean, Neon, he's only got a bandit to work with, but might just be enough here. Ult is still being committed on either side, and this is dangerous. How the hell do you get the hell out of this one? Already decayed down and beamed out of the sky, dropping down Sato! What is this?
What a play!
It's pure chaos injected into the round exactly when he needed it. Snapping to the side is BABYBAY though, that will dismiss him, taking him out.
Big risk for BABYBAY, but it pays off.
There's no plant down. Leaf inside the smoke, no way. You're going to be pushing this one, no way. It's watched for. Shutting him down, the antsy play, G2. Pause called for by Lev, and it just causes these G2 players to just bleed out of position.
Yeah, that's a classic kiNgg situation. He lets the rookies find the openings, and then pumps the brakes and forces the mistakes out of G2.
BABYBAY, let's see. Might be a little bit too much here. This is an inexperienced roster in terms of it, but listen, it has not slowed them down one bit. Run it back now, popped on Sato. Sato! All the way forwards. G2 doing significant damage in the process, but still, they are the ones worse for wear.
It's jawgemo's ult on the opposite side of the map. Leaf steps forward.
Hold on, could find an angle here, but it's still an aim well trained. Snake bite, drop down.
They're so good at controlling the pace when they get up into an advantage position like this. It's a 4v3 and they don't allow Leaf any inch back into it. They just tighten ranks.
Go for the pause, try to play with discipline.
I like the way that
kiNgg.
I like the way the G2 have separated their defenders though here, Brad. You leave jawgemo alone because you know that he has the showstopper. And if they go into B, you just trust that Leaf and Trent will be able to get it done.
That's the goal here. Gearing up to try and go into it. A bit of a B split. kiNgg will probably just aim to take this one slowly. Once his team make enough noise. Orbs are propped up. It's all going to be Leaf and Trent. What can they do from a position like this? They just take the timing anyway. It's instinctual. Anticipating there could be a play made. Leaf has already found his one.
The pit.
They're worried about multiple things. The pit, that's just a reposition. But he still needs to claim the kills. Double push forwards. kiNgg! High ground angle. He's done it all for them now, but they still have to contest with jawgemo.
They just have to put the spike in the ground and hope that Jorg isn't here. By some miracle, he hasn't rotated yet.
He's only just finding his way forwards, but kiNgg is mad aggressive right now. This is unbelievable. He's offered up the 1v1. Jorg, why the hell would kiNgg be pushing that if there wasn't another player lurking from behind? That's the question he's asking himself right now, but now we see a showstopper forwards again, wrapping around the corner. Doesn't know where he is, but hold on to the fuse. He's just using the fuse to give himself space. Half onto it, finds it!
If the hit goes into B, but kiNgg's changing it up.
Hold on, this is fast play already. Off the rip. We're going to see it now as those barriers drop down. Immediate control over towards A. Side is entirely theirs. A bit of spam as well. Neon just poking. And towards that heaven angle. This is though fast and a response by G2. They're using the cosmic divide to try and get themselves all the way in. The Horns, it's a big reveal. Even better kills. Spike though, as that cover is removed, he's just way out into the open, exposed to it all. Sato trying to punch a hole forwards, but maintain with that composure and still the spike not planted.
G2 so fast, Leaf incredibly composed. And Trent somehow found a spam kill through onto kiNgg.
It's not planted for heaven. It's where Neon is. It's all on blows in a spot like this, but they are playing each other in perfectly. G2. Perfectly played by them so far, and there it is. Peaks. They could work all the way in. The pings implying it. Prowler skirting past, but this time the Nightfall gets that confirmation up close. Do you dare try and take it? Pure composure, just sits and stands his ground. He's like a gargoyle, punched up, and making him hurt for it.
30 seconds left.
Spike still held down, but Sato's looking to make a play of his own. He just wanted to get out. One player found. Trent picked off, but it's evened out anyway by valyn. These deep line timings are punished there, intact. 15 seconds left. You're making your way over towards A, and once more, jawgemo could be that playmaker. To Spike. Dropped onto the ground, way out into the open. Neon, how do you deal with it? Satchels to be broken. Time barely there. 4 seconds left, but jawgemo runs him down. And 12 rounds for G2. You've come so far. But the fall at the final hurdle will be nothing short of heartbreak. They're going to be sending it now. Flying forwards as a runner back, but skipped into the corner. No clearance on the BABYBAY. Bides his time, but he doesn't know where to reposition in time. Blows to answer it straight back at it. Up through heaven again. This is a spot like this. All comes down to it. It's all going to be on Leaf's shoulders right now. Bullets to the dome, though, straight through that wall. He's lucky to be alive, but he's trying to scurry away. Buying time, though. Knife out, just spotted, and they know exactly where he is. blowz has got this guy cornered. Paranoia forwards, jumping in. If Sato didn't get it, it was definitely going to be blowz.
Lev still look composed in this round. They've done a great job. They've got to put together another round like that. They've got to show composure again to push it to overtime. Lev had a chance in...
Warm up. Stray shots peppering the potential opposition that could be waiting behind it. And now with a nightfall, now they get the confirmation, and now they swing out and take the kill. Sato is gone, taken out. It could be spelling out disaster and doom for the squad with such high hopes. For grand finals like this, the Silgarden is preempted. Lay it down. Still a pocket to play in terms of that time, but the backstab might be activating now. Players are getting in from G2. This is it. It's all on the line. But this is LEVIATÁN being whittled to pieces. Lev, they need that individuality. They need that brute force, the blood. There's no way. There's no chance. There's no hope. It's all G2. And they claim their rightful throne in America. You're waiting for it. Your time to shine. Nah. There it is. G2. America's Stage 1 champions once more.